A number keeps going around. Content writing jobs down 50% by 2030. Nobody can find where that number came from. Here's what I found instead. I searched conference slides, LinkedIn posts, and marketing blogs. Everyone repeated the same number. No named report, no named author. 50% by 2030. Search hard enough, you find 0 primary sources. A viral number with 0 paper trail behind it. The claim often gets pinned on the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report. Read that report yourself. The 50% figure isn't in it. But bust the myth, and something real is still sitting underneath it. One side is a slide deck rumor. The other is peer-reviewed research. 2 economists studied Upwork, the freelance marketplace, comparing job postings before and after ChatGPT launched in November 2022. Their study ran in the journal Organization Science, published in 2024. They sorted freelance occupations by their exposure to generative AI, then tracked contracts and earnings for the more exposed group over time. The result? 2% fewer contracts for the more exposed freelancers. Translation: fewer gigs landed, but the drop was small, not a collapse. Earnings told a sharper story. Freelancers in the more exposed group saw pay drop 5% compared to freelancers doing similar work elsewhere. But it wasn't beginners who felt this the most. The effect concentrated among experienced, higher-priced freelancers, not newcomers. Clients who once paid a premium for an experienced writer's judgment could suddenly get a decent first draft from a chatbot instead, for free. Entry-level freelancers barely moved. The squeeze hit the top, not the bottom. So, does that mean freelance writing work is shrinking overall? A second study, published a year later, asked exactly that question. Aggregate freelance demand did not decrease after ChatGPT launched. Total freelance demand held roughly steady, but that average masked something happening underneath in a specific, narrower corner of the market. Short-term gigs, the 1 to 3 week jobs, told a different story. The quick, disposable writing jobs took the real hit. That finding comes from Tutloff and co-authors, published in 2025 in the Journal of Economic Behavior and Organization. Short-term writing gigs fell 20 to 50%. Overall demand stayed flat. Short, one-off writing gigs are exactly the work a chatbot handles well. A quick blog post, a product description, a single email. So the commodity end thinned out. What about the profession as a whole? The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics tracks this every year. Its newest projections cover writers, authors, and technical writers through 2034. Writers and authors, projected to grow 4%. Technical writers, 1%. BLS calls 4% growth about as fast as average. 1% for technical writers it calls slower than average. Growth, not shrinkage. Modest, but real, and worth sitting with. The occupation employs about 135,000 people, with median pay near $72,000 and about 13,000 new openings a year. Translation: this is a stable, steadily paying field, not a dying one. So what actually broke isn't writing is dead. It's something narrower, the fast, disposable, lowest bidder end of the market. Commodity writing got cheaper to replace. Real expertise still didn't. A brand needing a quick product description reaches for a chatbot. A brand needing a trusted voice, an original argument, still hires a person. So who actually saw this coming and who got caught flat-footed? Some writers moved upmarket fast. Others kept racing a machine on price. That's the real fork in this market. Racing a machine on speed and price is a fight you cannot win. Racing it on judgment, you can. Translation: the question was never, can I write? It's what am I worth? Next time you see a cheap AI writing tool advertised or a client haggling over a word rate, that's this exact fork playing out. So how do you land on the winning side of that fork? 3 moves show up across the freelancers who held their rates. None of them are complicated and none require a computer science degree. Move up market. Build a name. Stop competing on speed alone. Moving up market means trading 5 quick posts a week for 1 piece that requires real judgment, research, and a point of view. Move 2. Build a name a client trusts before they even call. That means a real byline, a portfolio a client can check, referrals from past work, a reputation a chatbot cannot fake. Move 3. Stop pricing yourself against a free chatbot. Price on the judgment and the outcome, not the word count. A client paying for a word count will always find a cheaper machine. None of that is about being anti-AI. It's about pricing yourself correctly. Plenty of writers who held their rates use AI daily for research and first drafts. They don't sell the part a machine already does. That's the durable principle here, not a prediction about which jobs survive. Markets don't stop paying for commodity work because it disappears. They stop paying extra for it the moment a cheaper substitute is good enough. Translation: get good enough at something a substitute can't touch. Zoom out and 3 data points tell one consistent story. Modest growth overall, a real but narrow squeeze on the commodity edge. No collapse, no 50%, just a market getting more precise. That precision is the real headline missed by every version of the 50% claim you've probably seen shared online. Translation: the scary number was fiction. The 5% pay squeeze was real. That's the entire trade, a viral, unsourced number swapped for 2 peer-reviewed papers and a government projection you can go read yourself. So the real question was never whether writing survives. It's whether your version of writing still costs a client more than the free alternative sitting open in the very next browser tab. Answer that honestly, and the 50% panic stops mattering. Because the number that actually decides your future was never a headline stat. It's the value a client sees in hiring you specifically. Here's the mistake most writers make when they hear AI is coming. They freeze, or they panic sell every service at a discount to compete with a free tool. Both reactions make the squeeze worse, not better. Translation: don't discount your way into the exact race you'll lose. The freelancers who did fine treated this like any market shift. Reprice, specialize, and let the commodity work go to whoever wants it. That's not optimism, it's just what markets have always done. Every technology shift repriced some skill downward and some skill upward. This one just moved faster and made the line easier to see. So here's the one line worth drawing for yourself. Ask which half of your work a free tool already does as well as you. Then stop selling that half and sell everything above it. That's a 5-minute audit. Do it before you touch your rates. That's the whole game, really. Not fighting the machine, but making sure a human reason to hire you is always visible. Translation: stay visible for the reason a machine can't be hired. So go back to that number everyone keeps repeating. 50% by 2030 for more report nobody can actually find. 2% fewer contracts, 5% less pay. That's the real number. Real, narrow, survivable, and worth planning around. Not the headline that scared you into this video in the first place. So, which one will you actually build your plan around? The 50% claim will probably keep circulating anyway. Unsourced numbers are sticky, especially the scary ones that confirm what people already fear. You now have the 2 numbers that actually matter instead. Subscribe if you want the real data before the next scary headline hits your feed, one sourced study at a time, not one more viral guess. The next viral number deserves the same 5-minute check. That's the whole channel, really. Real sources, real numbers, and the plan that actually follows from them, video after video. I implement AI inside real companies. This is what the real data says.